Here, what's all this then? Are you trying to get me all bollocks just because of my bangers and mash and a hot serving of fish and chips?
Well, okay, boss. I'm gonna need you to put that horrible accent away before someone gets hurt.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'll let it go.
Hey, at least you tried.
Okay, so after an embarrassing cold open, I think it's time to be frank with all of you. As of late, a certain video game has taken up my full attention, a quaint little game called Thank Goodness You're Here.
Oh, hello there, young man.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness you're here. Is he looking for something to do?
I've been sucking this pipe all morning. And then I realised it's still
Ah, Bessie's sick as a fig.
with no meat.
Now, you gotta wait for that useless locksmith.
Larry. Florence!
Solid!
Rod!
Oh, you're messing about with that thing, are you?
You can start by getting on that mower. Don't you come back here until those hands are clutching his meat.
Now, before we go any further, I think it's prudent to tell everyone that this game is what a lot of people describe as a walking simulator. But at the same time, it's a lot more than that. The level of detail, the quality of the dialogue, the sheer ridiculousness of some of the interactions make it feel more like an experience than anything else.
It's probably more accurate to call it a slapformer,
The slapformer?
a term used for specific kinds of platformers, where slapping or striking is a key mechanic.
Well, I'll be. That's an actual thing?
In an unofficial capacity, it's mostly been used within the gaming community and hasn't been really deemed as an official term.
But when it boils down to it, you control a character and you slap things. I mean, pretty much that's all there is to it. Oh, and you should probably stick around for the dialogue. Yes, I know, for some of you it can be a bit of a hassle to stop and listen to characters exchange dialogue, but I assure you, I implore you, that's where the gold is.
Don't be shy, lad. Give that lawnmower the old grab and squeeze. Just like in the Davy.
Well, why don't you go down into the cellar and knock a few barrels about?
Slim chance of that. I don't even know how to get downstairs.
But more fool me, my arm has become trapped.
Alright, so you play a little yellow fellow named, well, you don't really get a name, but you do work for an agency that sells, something. Well, your job is to meet with the Lord Mayor of a fictional village in northern England named Barnsworth, apparently based on the very real market town Barnsley, which is located in South Yorkshire.
Wait, this game is accurate to British culture?
That's a bit broad there, Chip. I'd say not accurate to British culture as a whole, but I'd describe it as somewhat accurate to that particular part of the UK, that region, if you will. I mean, it's just an estimate. I can't say for sure because I'm from New Jersey, the least British place you can think of. I'm just going off of the reactions of natives or near natives I've seen play the game. But one thing is for sure, it's all met with smiles, laughter, and affection, which makes sense. I mean, the creators of the game, Will Todd and James Carbutt, are locals from Barnsley, and you can tell that this was made with a ton of affection, albeit being a little cheeky at times. The two of them founded a small indie company called Coal Supper, which is responsible for developing the game. Oh, and before I forget, yes, that is in fact Matt Berry providing the voice of the gardener, Herbert. It looks like publisher Panic had access to the actor and offered to have him in the game.
Looks like we didn't need that hose after all, lad. Righto, all we need now is fertilizer.
Wowie, wow. Look at them getting A-list stars. That publisher has certainly come a long way since Firewatch and Untitled Goose Game. Alright, so what exactly is the exact plot of the game beyond our character going in to try to sell something? That's pretty much it. Basically, you go into the town and, well, instead of selling something, you basically go around helping the various town folks with their vast array of problems. And oh boy, do we have our work cut out for us. You've got a lady selling chippies whose fryer doesn't work, an angry Scotsman who's lost his tools, the gardener who needs the lawn mowed. I mean, plenty of people who have plenty of things to do for our small lad.
Boss?
What's up, Chip?
How come you're not taking us through the game step by step?
Oh, well, to be completely honest, I don't wanna.
Wait, what do you mean you don't wanna?
I don't wanna. Because you see, yes, I know that the game is absurd, quirky as hell, and not to mention downright weird at times. It's obvious that a lot of love went into the game, from the absolutely beautiful visuals by animation lead Pip Williamson and her team, and the music, oh, the music! The music is a perfect mix on sincerity, silliness, and just that feel of nostalgia. Fraser Perry helped co-creator James Carbutt with the arrangement while playing the bass and featuring Joe Rodwell on trumpet. And a detail that I love, I love the fact that this game has so many details, that music changes ever so slightly when you're going into different areas. For instance, if you're going inside a shop and then you go back out again. There's just so much that I love about this game. And I think it's not just how much fun and delightful it is. At the risk of being a bit overtly personal here, at the release of this video, I have lost my day job this past month. And it's left me adrift and, frankly, quite lost. And then this game comes along with its charm, absurdist humor, and outright cozy feeling, and honestly, it helped me process things after all the dust cleared. I'm one of the least British you can possibly get in a person, but I found so much in this game. It quite literally served as my emotional life preserver for a good number of weeks. And you know what? While I won't walk through this game step by step, I will share one of my favorite moments. It's well into the game and our intrepid hero gets duped into getting spirit-level bubbles for the constantly ornery Scotsman handyman. I assume this is the equivalent to sending someone into an auto parts store and telling them to get blinker fluid? To which, if you don't know, is just sending someone somewhere to ask for something that straight up just doesn't exist. But this leads to one of the most beautiful scenes I've seen in a game in a long while. Accompanied by the ever-so-perfect music, you have a scene that swells with emotion, a momentary peace overlooking the beauty of everything around you, further enunciated by the just gorgeous art style. It's just so perfect. The music goes way harder than it needs to. Kudos to everyone who helped make it happen. Man, oh man, am I getting the soundtrack when it releases day one, I tell you what.
Wow, you really like this game, don't you, boss?
Yeah, no, I do. I guess I really do. And one thing that I'll say now, especially for those who aren't from the UK, well, you guys might not actually know this either, you guys from the UK. I had to dig for this, but I finally found where this melody is from. It's gingerly sprinkled all over the game, and it was killing me that I couldn't find any information on it. I couldn't even understand it enough to try to find it through its lyrics. You know why? It's a folk song called On Ilk Mor That. Yeah, I know, but it's sung in the Yorkshire dialect, so that's why I couldn't find anything via the lyrics. So you might need to look the translation up in case you want to know what they're talking about.
Whereas the been since I sorely on Ilkle Moor Bartat. Whereas the been since I sorely. Whereas the been since I sorely on Ilkle Moor Bartat. On Ilkle Moor Bartat. On Ilkle Moor Bartat.
And the name of Ilkley is known by millions throughout the world simply because of this song, On Ilkley Bartat, one of the hit songs of history and probably the best known dialect song in the whole world, apart from, for example, Auld Lang Syne in Scots dialect.
It's a surprising game that has hit me in all the right ways. It's a testament that a game doesn't have to be a particular way to become successful. Games can just be experiences, and we're more than allowed to just enjoy that. I'm often reminded of a friend I had long ago in my past who was adamantly against spending any money on games that weren't action-oriented or that had you sit there and watch cinematics a lot of the time. And while I can understand that to a degree, that doesn't make them any less of a game than your standard shooter or beat 'em up. Hell, I would argue that a game that focuses on narrative, that lets us follow characters on their journey with a few game mechanics here and there, can be twice as more engaging than one where you have to constantly button mash. Video games are just another form of media. It's another way for a story to be told, and that's okay. Some of the best games of recent year have been games that just told a story. A walking simulator, if you will. Video games offer a level of interactivity that's more than a movie to watch. You are placed in control. You play the character in question who has to get to their end goal. And you have the unique opportunity to be involved in the story to a degree. And that can be pretty dang immersive. If you've got the right kind of writing and the right kind of themes and feel, music and everything, it can be a masterpiece.
The market is growing for story-focused games, so there's hope that there's going to be more of them. Lest Jim here goes rabid.
Give me my story games! Rawr! Anyway, please, I implore you, go get this game. It's funny, charming, baffling, and a love letter to a particular region of England that shines so bright, albeit a strange light that wibble wobbles every so often with weirdness. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and keep in mind, this is what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going all in. I am focusing on this to maybe be a career. I don't know. It's up to you guys. If you want to see more of this stuff, now that I can focus my time on it, let me know by subscribing, watching, and
don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified about the newest video.
Oh, right, the bell thing. Oh, man, I have to start. I gotta remember all this stuff now. This is my job. Anyway, yeah, the bell, and above all, remember,
stay safe and keep on gaming.